Dear children, welcome to the online classes of biology. So, children, we were studying chapter 5 Principles of Inheritance and Variation. In that, I have told you about the chromosomal and Mendelian disorders. Okay, so these disorders are caused by certain changes that occurs in the DNA. Okay, and that changes that results in the changes in the phenotype are known as mutations, and due to mutations, what happens, the phenotype of the organism change. Sometimes it can cause certain diseases, and this mutations can be occurring in a single nitrogen base pair, then it is known as point mutation. And that kind of disorders, and the disorders caused by point mutations, are known as Mendelian disorders, because they follow the principles of inheritance. Okay, and mutations can also occur in chromosomes, individual chromosomes, as deletions, insertions, or additions. Understood? Or sometimes what chromosomes can be added in number. Okay, or it can be some cells may get less chromosomes in the means during the formation of gametes. Some of the gametes may get less number of chromosomes than the normal ploidy, or normal chromosome number. So all this happens, and this all lead to Mendelian or chromosomal disorders. So today we are going to study some examples of Mendelian disorders. Okay, so the first example is hemophilia. Okay, so Mendelian disorders, okay, are of different types. I told yesterday, that is recessive type is there, dominant type, sex linked. Likewise, different types are there. Dominant means both at least one allele should be there as dominant, so that the disease will appear. Okay, the disease will appear in that particular the person. Okay, the genotype can be heterozygous, and at least one dominant allele, if it is there, the disease will appear. Okay, then recessive means here the disease to, or the trait to get appeared. Okay, both the allele should be recessive. Okay, and sex linked means if the the gene for that particular trait, if it is placed on the X chromosome. Okay, so one kind of sex linked recessive disease is hemophilia. Okay, hemophilia is a sex linked recessive disease. Means what is the meaning of that? The allele or the gene for hemophilia is located on where? On the X chromosome, and it's a recessive disease. Means the disease, if the disease wants to appear, or if the disease will appear only if both the alleles, okay, in females are having 2x, isn't it? So if a female to get that disease, both the allele should be in recessive condition. Understood? But in male, what is the problem? Males are having only one X chromosome, isn't it? And the other is Y. So if the X chromosome of the one and only X chromosome of male, if they are having recessive allele, the disease will appear. So the chance of males to get affected will be more than the females, isn't it? The females are having 2X chromosome. So if a female to become hemophilic, both the alleles on both the X chromosome should be recessive, and that is very rare condition. Understood? And in males, on the other hand, they are having what? One X chromosome only. So if they are having the recessive allele, they will get the disease. Understood? So this is the reason why hemophilia is more found in males than females. So in this, what happens is, okay, you know the blood clotting we have studied in the last year, isn't it? So it's a cascade of process, or it contains a series of steps. Okay, and a number of proteins are involved in this, and in this hemophilia, a particular protein that is needed for the what blood clotting is affected. Means due to the single gene mutation, that particular protein is not produced, and that due to that the entire step will be blocked. Means in that particular person who is having hemophilia, the blood clotting will not be happening. So a single cut, a small cut, okay, can lead to what bleeding, excessive bleeding, and this will be fatal to the person. Understood? So this is happening in hemophilia. Understood? So a protein which is needed for the blood clotting. Understood? A number of proteins and a number of steps are there in blood clotting, and in that a particular only a single protein is affected due to a small mutation. Understood? And due to this, what happened? Blood clotting will not be taking place, and it will be means a small cut can lead to the continuous bleeding. So this is happening in hemophilia. Understood? And the possibility of females to become hemophilic is rare, because mother of such a female has to be at least a carrier, and the father should be hemophilic, isn't it? Then only he can become, or she can become hemophilic. Understood? So this disease is also known as bleeder's disease, okay, and it is also known as what the royal disease, because in the Queen Victoria, okay, understood, in their royal family this disease was found. Okay, the pedigree analysis of Queen Victoria shows a number of hemophilic descendants. Means because she was a carrier, and due to this, okay, she gave this disease to her sons. Understood? And this is what the reason why hemophilia is also known as royal disease. Okay, bleeder's disease because it leads to the non-stop bleeding. Okay, it is also showing crisscross inheritance. Means the females will not be affected, but they may be carrier, so they will give their, okay, or the what father will not father, if he is what carrier, sorry, if he is a hemophilic person, he will give his gene to the daughters, and from daughters it will go to the sons. Understood? Daughters will not be affected. Likewise, one generation skips. Okay, and this is why the disease is also known as what? Crisscross inheritance. Okay, so this is hemophilia. Then second disease is sickle cell anemia. Okay, you would have heard this. Means very commonly known as sickling, isn't it? So here what happens is, so it's a kind of autosomal, okay, autosomal recessive disease. Okay, autosomal recessive means the this particular gene is not located on X chromosome. Okay, it is on autosomes only. Okay, and here you can see there are three types of genotypes. Okay, they are HBA, HBS, okay, HBA, HBS, and that will be the carrier. See, HBA, HBA, that will be normal, and HBS, HBS. Okay, this shows the diseased phenotype. Means that particular, those with HBS, HBS, I told it's a recessive type of disease, isn't it? Recessive type of trait. So if this two alleles, if they are recessive, then only the disease will be shown. Understood? So what happens in this is, see, the DNA will have this genotypic or this nucleotide sequence. We call it as codon. In the next chapter we will study this. And CTC will produce an mRNA called GAG. Okay, this also you will understand later only. Just you see that in the mRNA, understood, GAG should be added, but instead of that, if GUG comes, understood, then what will happen? Instead of glutamine, you know glutamine is what? It's a kind of amino acid. We have studied that there are many amino acids, they join to form the polypeptide chain, isn't it? So listen here, instead of what? Glutamine, okay, what will be added? Valine will be added. Understood? So valine is also another amino acid, but instead of glutamine, if valine is added, okay, what will happen is the RBCs in low oxygen concentration, their shape will become sickle shaped. Okay, sickle type. Understood? And this will be the problem. Understood? That persons will be having problem in what? In carrying of oxygen. Understood? So this is happening. See, simple, a single base pair mutation instead of T. Understood? A comes here. Understood? And due to that, what happened? Due to that, the mRNA coded will be changed. That is, GAG becomes GUG. Understood? And in due to this, the amino acid added in the polypeptide chain will be changed. Okay, instead of gluten, this is the normal one, and instead of this normal what polypeptide chain, another polypeptide chain will be produced, which is having valine instead of what? Glutamine. Understood? So what will happen? The shape of the RBCs will get changed, and this will result in what? A diseased condition called sickle cell anemia. So this is caused by the substitution of glutamine, isn't it? By valine. Instead of glutamine, what comes? Valine. These are what? Amino acids in the polypeptide chain. And where it is at the 6th position of the beta globin chain. Okay, understood? Hemoglobin is having, globin is the protein part, isn't it? Heme is the what the non-protein part, and in the and it is an example with two polypeptide chain we have studied, isn't it? Where we have studied when we studied the structure of proteins for quaternary structure we told now. So at that time I told hemoglobin is an globin, okay, of hemoglobin is an example where two chains, polypeptide chains are there. So in the 6th position of the beta globin chain of the hemoglobin molecule, this happens. Understood? So this, due to this, what happens is, okay, the RBCs, they undergoes polymerization under low oxygen concentration, and that results in the formation of the RBCs in the form of a what? Sickle shape. Actually, what is the shape of the RBCs? Biconcave, isn't it? So this is the disease happening during this. Next disease is phenylketonuria, and this is also an example of what? Recessive trait. Okay, that is autosomal recessive trait. Okay, means you understand the gene is located on autosomes only, and it's a recessive trait, means it appears only if the alleles, both the alleles are recessive. Okay, as we are having two copies of each gene. Understood? And here the problem is, due to this mutation, the body is not able to produce an enzyme that is needed to convert amino acid phenylalanine to tyrosine. Okay, so usually what happen in normal persons, the alanine, phenylalanine, if it is extra, it will be converted to tyrosine. Okay, and for this an enzyme is needed, and in this type of person that enzyme is not present. Okay, so these all diseases whatever we are discussing now are caused by a single gene or single nitrogen base mutation, a single change. For example, instead of A, T comes. Okay, or instead of C, instead of C, G comes. Likewise, a single what? Nitrogen base mutation only happens. That's what we are studying this under point mutations or Mendelian disorder. Just imagine, due to a single change in the nucleotide base pair, one enzyme is not able to be produced. Understood? So if that enzyme is not there to convert phenylalanine to tyrosine, what will happen? That will result in the accumulation of phenylalanine in the form of phenyl pyruvic acid and other derivatives. Okay, phenyl pyruvic acid, that is phenylalanine, will be converted to what? Phenyl pyruvic acid and other derivatives, and this will result in the mental retardation. Okay, what this causes? Okay, phenylketonuria we have studied also as what? The disease. Okay, the characteristic where one gene controls many characters, isn't it? So likewise Mendel retardation or this extra things will be also excreted through urine. Understood? So likewise it causes various problems. So is it clear? Phenylalanine, okay, which is converted to tyrosine by phenylalanine hydroxylase. Okay, so this is the enzyme which is lacking in this persons, and due to this what happens? Mental retardation, then what, hair growth will be less, okay, then pigmentation problem will be there, all this will be produced in this. So the next disease is what? Thalassemia. Okay, so this is also an example for autosomal linked recessive or autosomal recessive trait. Okay, here the unaffected carriers, okay, the parents will be unaffected carriers and they will transfer the disease into the progeny. Okay, so this happens due to mutation or deletion. Okay, and I have already told there are two globin chains, alpha and beta chains. Okay, so on the basis of which actually in this what happens is the one of the particular beta or alpha, okay, globin chain won't be produced normally, means the production will be less. Okay, either alpha or beta. Understood? So if alpha chain is affected, okay, if the production of alpha chain is less, then that is known as alpha thalassemia. Okay, and if the production of beta chain is affected, then it is known as beta thalassemia. Okay, and then then if any of this, the polypeptide chains are affected, then the abnormal the production of abnormal hemoglobin will be formed. Okay, or the formed hemoglobin will not be normal. Understood? So for alpha thalassemia there are two genes, okay, closely linked two genes are there, that is HbA1 and HbA2, which is located on chromosome number 16. Understood? So on chromosome number 16 there are two genes which are closely linked also. So it will have its the other pair also, no? So there are four alleles. Understood? Four alleles are there, and this four alleles will determine the production of alpha gene. So the effective or the severity of the disease is depending upon how many alleles are recessive. Understood? If only one allele is left recessive, understood, four alleles are there, two genes. I told it clearly, there are two genes, HbA1 and HbA2, and they are having their alleles, isn't it? Likewise four are there. So this severity of the disease is depending upon how many of these alleles are affected. The more the genes affected, the less alpha globin chain will be produced. Understood? So this is an example for quantitative inheritance also, isn't it? We have studied in case of what the skin color. Understood? So here two genes are controlling the character of one means two genes are controlling one character. Understood? And it is the effect will be depending upon how many of the alleles are affected. Understood? Then alpha alpha thalassemia is due to the mutation of genes HbA1 and HbA2 which are located on chromosome 16. Understood? Now beta thalassemia, that is controlled by a single gene known as HBB, okay, which is present on chromosome number 11. Understood? And there are only two alleles for them. Understood? So due to this, okay, if that genes are recessive, then what happens? The production of beta chain will be affected, and the production of normal hemoglobin also will be affected. So how this thalassemia is different from sickle cell anemia? Thalassemia is actually a quantitative type of means in the production, how many polypeptide chains are produced, and it's a quantitative problem. Understood? But the other one, which is that is sickle cell anemia. Here enough number of what RBCs are produced, but the problem is what, or hemoglobin is produced, but their quality is different. In which in sickle cell anemia, but in this one thalassemia, the amount of RBC or the amount of hemoglobin will be less. Understood? So it's a quantitative disease or quantitative problem, okay, of synthesizing few globin molecules. But the other one, that is the sickle cell anemia, is a qualitative problem of synthesizing incorrectly functioning globin. Understood? So this all, today what all we have studied is examples of, or they are examples of what, point mutation or Mendelian disorders. So what all we have studied? Hemophilia, sickle cell anemia, then we have studied about phenylketonuria and thalassemia. So hope this much is very clear to you. We'll continue in the next